Right now, there are plants quietly disappearing from availability and a growing season slipping through your fingers. March isn't just another month on the calendar. It's the month that separates gardens that flourish in summer from ones that just survive. And the worst part? Most people won't find out they made a mistake until it's already too late to fix it. So if you want to stop guessing and actually grow something worth talking about this year, without spending a fortune, stay right here. Welcome back to Earthly Gardening. Whether you've been growing with us for a while or this is your very first video on this channel, you are right where you need to be. This channel is built for real people, with real gardens and real budgets. No fluff, no filler, just honest practical advice that actually works. Before we dive in, if you want budget-friendly gardening tips dropped regularly, hit that subscribe button and tap the bell so you never miss a thing. It takes 2 seconds and it means the world to this channel. Now let's get into it. Now I want you to think of your garden like a train. If you miss the train in March, the next one doesn't come around until next year. But if you get on board right now, everything from your soil health to your harvest size to even your pest problems later in the season, all of it gets easier. That's the power of planting at the right time. Let's talk about what goes in the ground or get started indoors this month, and I promise you some of these are going to surprise you. Plant number 1, garlic. If you haven't planted garlic yet, drop everything. Garlic is one of the most forgiving, most rewarding and honestly most underrated plants a budget gardener can grow. You plant 1 clove and you get a whole bulb back. The math alone should excite you. Now here is the part most people skip. Garlic planted in March in many growing zones still has time to establish before the summer heat kicks in. You want to separate your bulb into individual cloves, push each one about 2 inches into the soil with the pointed end facing up, and space them roughly 6 inches apart. Cover with soil, water it in and leave it alone. Garlic basically raises itself. And here is something even better. The green shoots that come up, called garlic scapes, are fully edible. You can toss them in a stir-fry, blend them into butter or chop them into salads. So while you are waiting on your bulbs to mature, your garden is already feeding you. That right there is value you cannot buy at a store. Plant number 2, spinach. Spinach is a cold weather lover and March is its sweet spot. Most people think of spinach as a grocery store staple, but growing it yourself changes everything. The flavor is deeper, the leaves are softer and you harvest exactly what you need, when you need it. What makes spinach a March hero is that it actually needs cool temperatures to thrive. The moment summer heat arrives, spinach bolts, meaning it stops producing leaves and goes straight to seed. So planting now means you are working with the season, not against it. Scatter the seeds directly into your bed about ½ an inch deep, water gently and within 7 to 14 days you will see those first little leaves pushing through. In about 4 to 6 weeks you are harvesting. Fast, cheap and incredibly satisfying. Plant number 3, sweet peas. Now this one catches people off guard but stays with me. Sweet peas are not just a pretty flower. They are a working plant. When you grow sweet peas along a fence or trellis in March, they do something remarkable. They attract pollinators early in the season, which means when your vegetables start flowering later, the bees are already familiar with your garden. You are essentially pre-booking your pollination service for free. They are also incredibly cheap to grow from seed, they smell amazing and they add a visual element to your garden that makes the whole space feel intentional and alive. Plant them now while the ground is still cool and watch them climb. Real quick, if you are finding this helpful and you have not liked this video yet, go ahead and tap that like button right now. It genuinely helps more gardeners find this content and honestly it tells me to keep making videos exactly like this one. And if you have a question or something you want me to cover next, drop it in the comments below. I read every single one. Alright, let's keep going because we are not done yet. Plant number 4, broad beans. Here is one that most beginner gardeners completely overlook and it honestly baffles me. Broad beans are one of the easiest, most budget-friendly crops you can grow in March, and they come with a bonus that most people do not even know about. Broad beans fix nitrogen into your soil. What that means in simple terms is that while they are growing, they are quietly feeding your soil, making it richer and healthier for whatever you plant after them. You are not just growing food, you are improving your garden at the same time. That is 2 jobs for the price of 1 seed. Push them about 2 inches into the soil, give them about 8 inches of space between each one, and water them in. They are tough, they handle cold snaps better than most plants, and they produce generously. When they are done, instead of pulling the whole plant out, cut it at the base and leave the roots in the ground. Those roots hold all that nitrogen goodness right where your next crop needs it. Plant number 5, radishes. If you have never grown radishes before, March is the perfect time to start, and here is why this plant deserves way more respect than it gets. Radishes are ready to harvest in as little as 3 to 4 weeks. 3 to 4 weeks. In the gardening world, that is basically instant gratification. But here is the thing most people do not know. Radishes are also used as what gardeners call a trap crop. Certain pests, particularly flea beetles, are drawn to radishes before they go after your more valuable plants. So in a way, your radishes are volunteering to take one for the team, protecting everything else growing around them. Scatter the seeds thinly, cover lightly with soil, and keep them watered. They ask for very little and give back quickly. Perfect for anyone working with a tight budget or a small space. Plant number 6, onions from sets. Onions are a staple in almost every kitchen, and yet most people are still buying them at the store every single week without realizing how simple they are to grow at home. March is the ideal time to get onion sets into the ground, and the return on investment is remarkable. Onion sets are just tiny baby onions that have already been started for you. All you do is push them into the soil about an inch deep, pointy end up, roughly 4 inches apart, and let them do their thing. They are not fussy, they do not need much attention, and by midsummer you are pulling out full-sized onions that would have cost you money every week at the shop. Here is the extra tip though. As your onions grow, the green tops are fully usable just like spring onions. So again, your garden starts paying you back long before the main harvest even arrives. Plant number 7, herbs from seed. This section might be the most important for anyone trying to save real money. Buying fresh herbs from a supermarket is one of the most expensive habits a home cook can have when you think about it. A small bunch of basil or coriander costs nearly as much as a whole seed packet that will give you hundreds of plants. March is the time to start herbs like parsley, chives, and coriander either indoors on a sunny windowsill or directly outside if your temperatures are mild enough. These herbs are incredibly simple to grow, they take up almost no space, and they produce continuously when you harvest them correctly. The key with herbs is to never cut more than 1/3 of the plant at once. That way it keeps pushing out new growth instead of giving up. Treat it right and one plant feeds your kitchen for months. The soil conversation nobody has. Before we wrap up, I want to take a moment to talk about something that sits underneath everything we just covered, and that is your soil. Because you could plant every single thing I just mentioned and still get a disappointing result if your soil is not ready to receive them. March is also the time to work a little compost into your beds before planting. You do not need to buy expensive bags from a garden center. Kitchen scraps, coffee grounds, crushed eggshells, even cardboard broken down over time, all of that feeds your soil for free. Healthy soil means stronger roots, bigger harvests, and plants that fight off disease on their own. Think of your soil as the foundation of a house. No matter how beautiful the house looks on the outside, if the foundation is weak, everything eventually crumbles. Your garden works the same way. What happens if you wait? I want to be honest with you for a second. If you close this video and tell yourself you will get to it next weekend, there is a real chance that next weekend becomes next month, and next month becomes summer, and summer becomes another year of wondering why your garden never quite delivered what you hoped for. The plants we talked about today all have something in common. They need cool soil and longer growing windows to reach their full potential. Every week you delay is a week you are borrowing from their growing time. The garlic gets smaller. The spinach bolts faster. The broad beans struggle in heat they were never meant to handle. March is not asking much from you. A few seeds, a little soil, a bit of water and 30 minutes of your time this weekend. That is genuinely all it takes to set your garden up for a summer that actually delivers. So there you have it. 7 plants that deserve a place in your garden this March, each one chosen because it works hard, costs very little and gives you back far more than you put in. That is what earthly gardening is all about. If you found value in this video today, please do me a small favor and hit that like button before you go. It takes 1 second and it helps this channel reach more everyday gardeners who are trying to do more with less. Subscribe if you have not already and come back because we have so much more coming your way. And if you are already growing any of these this March, I genuinely want to know. Drop it in the comments. Tell me what is going in your garden right now. I will be down there reading and responding. Until next time, keep your hands in the soil and your costs low. I will see you in the next one.